All right, demons, you know the drill. Episodes 5 and 6 of Hazbin Hotel Season 2 have dropped. Let's go. My verdict? We're really in for it now. I love these 2 episodes. Usually when I do these reviews, I try to limit the size of my notes so that the review videos don't end up being ridiculously long, which I've more or less succeeded at, but today I'm not even going to try because I just have too much to say. Up front, I will concede that I was wrong about Lucifer being hypnotized. That didn't happen, and I'm not mad about it because this episode was spectacular. I was excited from the moment I saw Lucifer in the thumbnail because if it's not already obvious, I love this guy. But let's pretend to go over the episodes in chronological order, starting with Bad With Us. Holy shit, they got into it fast. Zilla's singing voice is absolutely amazing. I cannot believe we have not heard it yet. Hazbin Hotel is no stranger to talented voices, but goddamn, use the talent. Also, catchy. Velvet's constant hair changes never stop being fun. Carmilla's "Are you serious?" blasts are way up on my personal ranking of overlords. She could not possibly get any funnier.
I don't have time for this lesbian drama. What is it you want?
The first thing I noticed after the song is that Vaggie has been trying for 2 episodes straight now to get Charlie into bed with her. Even if that's the only straight thing about it. The headache foreshadowing with Angel was clever. I also like Baxter's presence in this scene. I will admit that I'm frustrated that we've gone so far into the season and seen so little of him. He's supposed to be part of the main cast now. But little moments like this still manage to make him exponentially more likable. Okay, look. Is Husk a good therapist by real life standards? God, no. Is he a good therapist in this context? The best. Love him to bits. Now onto my favorite character, Luke. Okay, stop. Why is there a stack of money saying, "This is a bribe, come back from Mammon," tied with, I think, gifts from the other sins? How bad are things getting that the guy who probably isn't even on good terms with Lucifer due to the constant copycatting is trying to get him to come back? Satan, what are you doing over there? Lucifer sticking out his forked tongue like that is adorable for some reason. The explanation of why Lucifer can't directly harm sinners makes fine sense in my opinion, but the great Quaxby? I think the animators are having just as much fun with Jeremy Jordan playing Lucifer as Jeremy Jordan is. I saw a season 2 interview where Jeremy Jordan said something along the lines of "Daddy's home," and that's starting to make more sense now. I do have a critique here, which is that it's kind of getting frustrating that Lucifer only gets involved in helping Charlie when it's in competition with Alistair somehow. I noticed it in episode 1, but it wasn't a big thing for me. Now I get the reasoning for this. He obviously cares greatly for Charlie, as we can see with his earlier reaction. He just usually needs a kick in the stomach to actually do something because he's depressed and hates everything about his world, which is why his involvement is so strongly tied to his feeling threatened by someone else pretending to take a fatherly role in his kid's life. That creates the sense of urgency. It's not coming from a place of apathy. I like the reasoning, I just think it's getting a bit much now, and he needs to do more without being prompted by trying to prove he's better than Alistair. Penn just brought cookies, as if we needed another reason to love him. Lute is seething in contempt, as if we needed another reason to hate her. Emily and Sarah fighting over their equal place of power, even though Emily seems like a child in comparison to Sarah, is awesome. Abel is lovely, no notes. Pench's calling Charlie a wise woman in front of a 1,000-year-old royal angel is just chef's kiss.
We're gonna need more gift baskets.
Scratch that, Emily's also lovely, no notes. We can totally see Alistair sowing seeds of doubt into Vox's group, though he is just exacerbating a problem that was already there from the first episode. I don't even have any comments on Alan Vox's interaction, it's exactly what I would expect. Okay, I didn't expect rock to be part of Lucifer's style, but Jeremy Jordan is a man of many talents, and he killed this. Okay, I'm sorry. This line?
She knew hell could be great, and we can make hell great again!
This was definitely what Two Dream was talking about when they said there would be an accidentally super on-the-nose political line. But to drag us right back into fiction, we have the Lilith throw-in. The end of this song is fire. I'm not sure if Lou's a coward, pissed off, or just aware that he's only making things worse. We got so close to him interacting with the other angels here, but I bet you money it's going to happen in the last 2 episodes. The writing is doing a really good job representing flawed characters making understandable choices in messy situations and being manipulated by the wrong forces rather than people being stupid and jumping to conclusions. Heaven's apology is fully genuine here. But even though Vox is saying it to be manipulative, he makes a very good point.
You are apologizing for genocide with gift baskets?
Carmilla's decisions are also perfectly understandable. Lute's anger is to be expected, though I gotta say, Vox taking credit for killing Adam? One of these days, bud, your lies are gonna come crumbling down around you, and by one of these days, I mean approximately 24 hours from now when the season finale comes out. Who gave you the right to have this kind of a badass villain song? Who gave you the right? Why do the antagonists get the best songs? Andrew Underberg and Sam Haft are killing it. It's like even though the melody functions as a reprise of Lucifer's part in the previous song, it's just too good and too egotistical on Vox's part to be a reprise of anything, which is why it's not called that. That and the song titles Vox Populi, Vox Dei are a very clever play on the Latin phrase meaning the voice of the people is the voice of God. Forget what I said in my first review. Vox doesn't need a giant form, he just needs whatever the fuck this is. I love how all the angels are upset about what happened, but for different reasons. Lud we already know, Sarah we already know, Abel's terrified of the sinners because he's never seen this before and is rightfully afraid for his safety. Emily's horrified because she's realizing just how bad the exterminations were. It furthers all of their individual characters and opinions and... Okay, of the few lines from the trailer that we haven't seen in the show yet,
Prepare the troops.
we're in trouble. Charlie's fight with Vaggie and her dad tugged at my heartstrings. I can already see the criticisms, so I'm gonna say this now. This is a perfectly well-written fight scene for a perfectly well-written couple. I record these reviews immediately after seeing the episodes twice. I haven't seen any of the criticism yet, but I already know where it's going. They don't fight, they're boring. They do fight, it's bad. It's too direct of a fight because it's obvious that they're just saying this because they care about each other and their dreams. That totally doesn't apply to two other characters we know of in Hazbin. At all. Even Husk is dismissing their fight as some shallow high schooler BS. This is not the first time Lucifer has been turned away by loved ones for being a fuck-up, and that doesn't shred my heart at all. Moving on to episode 6, I can see why a lot of Vox's lines here were used in the trailer. This is awesome. Vox reducing my favorite V to a child whose best response is, "Fucking motherfucker!" and calling her new to the Overlord biz when she is the only reason their group hasn't already imploded is one of the main things stopping me from professing him as my dictator, even though it works for the story. Zestial being the only Overlord to stay out of Vox's rebellion really makes me wonder what's going on with him. Well, him and Rosie. Wait, him and Rosie?! Carmilla professing loyalty to her daughters and Zestial is, in my opinion, a very nice moment that shows just how important their friendship is. Vaggie coping with her problems by obsessively cleaning and working extra hard is one of the most in-character quirks she could have. Vox Tech loves women in STEM. Kills me. Vox, don't speak for another hour. I know it's torture for you. That's why I'm saying it. I love how they didn't even need to develop a romance or even a friendship beyond a few background clips for Nifty to start causing chaos and Baxter to be like, hell yeah! It's so them. Husk leaving but hesitating at the mention of Angel was very sweet, as we know. Alright, I guess we didn't need a flashback for whatever this was. This was a side of Husk I did not expect to see, but probably should've. Starting off a banger of a song with a Loser Baby reference really is a lucky charm, with even more impressive animation. On to the girlies.
Why do you still insist on heaven being the answer when you know firsthand what they are capable of?
Did I tell you or did I tell you? Yes, I take too much satisfaction in being right. And those flashbacks? Let's get ourselves seated for some well-earned Vaggie angst. That Angel song really tried for as long as possible to make me wonder if it was real or if Husk was hallucinating, but Angel and Drag does not disappoint. I knew we were getting this at some point, but I was not ready for it to be today. Apparently, neither was Husk. And I did not know Blake Roman could sing like that. Why is Val's hat smaller now? Is Vox this insecure? At this point, Val and Velvet can just pop off and gang up on him for laughs. Cherry Bomb's room contains multitudes, and I love it. The romantic Chaggy scene between them was so good. Charlie keeps on making me cry this season. I did think the transition to the song was a little sudden. Like, it went immediately from Charlie's emotions at 100 to a fast-paced song, which is a little jarring. But Easy is still a great song, and okay, they're gorgeous. The blankets as dresses, hitting her with the pillow, all of the choreography. I think my only issue with this song is that I don't know if it really counts as spicy the way it was described. Maybe I was expecting a little less clothing. I gotta say though, their dancing here with the background is giving Disney Princess Ballroom, which feels very them. Back to the other romance.
I'm a man of many jobs. One of them being a woman.
That was taken directly from an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, wasn't it? This is a nice progression of the loser arc. I don't think I have much to add. Why does this motel sign say no friends? Vox saying he's been wanting to slap Angel for a long time honestly isn't surprising. The reveal at the end was fucking awesome. I could not have seen that coming. I just know he's going to feel so much guilt that isn't his to carry. Cherry and Husk having this superhero-esque close-up, only accentuated by Nifty here, is wonderful. Nifty's really soaking up the praise here, isn't she? I'm gonna say it again, I'm really glad that they get along instead of competing to be important to Angel. And I am contractually obligated by Favorite Character Syndrome to mention Lucifer watching what I think looks like a romance between two ducks here? You cannot tell me this doesn't remind him of him and Lilith. It's also a wonderful callback to Blitz doing basically the same thing with horses, and I'm scared for him now. Between Lucifer being lured into a trap, Alistair remaining captive, and Angel's hypnosis, we'll have a whole slew of fan favorite content coming very soon. And no, this is not fan service. This is characters who have very good reason to be so popular having genuinely good character development. But no matter who your faves are, buckle up, because we are in for one hell of a finale. You can torture me in the comments for that pun. Until next week.